Hello, everybody. I am Dee Donatelli. I have the privilege of being the immediate past chair of the Board of AHRMM. And today I'm here to share some thoughts based on an article that I published in this quarter's publication of Supply Chain Strategies and Solutions. I think that it's a very fitting topic, particularly in January of 2021, coming out of the kind of year that we had, to talk about virtual leadership. So having been a virtual leader for a number of years, I have learned a few tips and techniques, several of which I pointed out in the article. But a couple in particular that I want to emphasize to you as we have this conversation today. First of all, I think that we all know that communication is key, whether you're a virtual leader, or honestly just a human being. But I think that one of the things that we overlook, and a point that I didn't necessarily make in this article, but one that I had just recently seen, is that communication is important, but comprehension is essential. So how do we go that extra mile in being a virtual leader to make sure that our teams are really understanding, that they are comfortable with following through on our leadership directives? We have to go above and beyond in today's virtual environment to make sure that we are connecting with people. We have to make sure that we are setting and leading by example. So in the article, I did point out a couple of things that I think are absolutely critical. Number one, the use of technology. It is very much a JV move, not something that I would expect from a leader to not be able to share your screen, or that you're talking when you're on mute, or that your Zoom background looks like you just woke up, and or that you're working in a broom closet. The other mistake that I have witnessed, and probably even done myself, is that we know working virtually is not a 9 to 5. So it's important that if I have a fleeting thought at 9 p.m. or midnight or 3 a.m., I wake up and I dash off an email and then I hit send. What type of an example am I setting as a leader? Am I saying to people, I expect you to be working 24/7? It may not at all be what you're trying to convey, but it certainly may be the way people comprehend your leadership style. So make sure you think about that. The other things that I did point out in the article that I think are very, very important is going that extra mile. What do we have to do as virtual leaders when we can't stop by somebody's office, or we can't see them in the break room, or even say good morning in the parking lot? We have to go that extra mile to recognize not only their accomplishments, their achievements, but to make sure that we are staying connected with them. And that does not mean an all-inclusive team call once a week. It means finding out from each individual employee how they prefer to be communicated with. Not the way we used to necessarily, but the way we need to today in a virtual environment. We have to make sure that we are setting and tracking goals. So all of those, things that we don't like about doing quarterly reviews, perhaps in a virtual environment, become now more important than ever. So make those conversations meaningful, making sure that you are setting and tracking goals and that you have realistic expectations. So another important point of being a virtual leader is really meeting people where they are, understanding not only their professional goals and desires, but their personal needs. It is very, very important that when we do these quarterly reviews that some of us as leaders kind of dread, it's really important that they are sincere, that we promote to our staff, that we really do understand that we have some extenuating circumstances. We've heard the word unprecedented over and over again, but we have to reach out and we have to make a more concerted effort now than ever to make sure we're taking care of our virtual employees. So we have to also remember that we have to make sure that we now have people who are highly self-motivated. So with all of that being said, I hope that some of these tips and techniques are helpful. Lead by example. Make sure that you have people who are comprehending your effective communication. Will help you on the road to being the best virtual leader you possibly can be. Good luck in 2021. We certainly hope that we are off to a better start, and I hope to see everybody very soon when we can gather together. Take care.